first game coming off of, two-time All-American coming into the last season of my career, and I give up two touchdowns, like below two coverages in the first game against the best team in the country. That we can beat this team, and I remember being like just distraught, like who am I? Am I this good player? And I just remember just this conviction on the sideline, like, are you playing for my glory or are you playing for your glory? Because right now you're not getting glorified and you're mad about it. And that's like, oh heck yeah, like you're right. And it's like, all right, I guess whatever happened. But I still remember like Jaden, you coming up to me and just saying like, no one else I'd rather have. No one else I'd rather have out there. Like, I don't want to go out to the field to anyone else because we were literally like, in the meantime, from my junior to senior to fifth year, you had gone from like, oh, like I'm only gonna punt to like we were one unit back there. I'm a right hand and you're the left hand, or vice versa. So it's just like literally becoming one person, one organism, as you'd say on the defense out there, and that pretty much started catapulted me to a point where my faith started to impact the way I played. And that fifth year was just so beautiful. I was a dude who was getting mad. I wasn't getting more interceptions. Like, you know how insane that is? Like, I can't control who the ball is thrown to. You know what I mean? Like, you can cover. It's like baseball. Like, you can do everything right in the batter's box and hit the ball and you're out. Like, you can cover a dude perfectly the entire game and not get interceptions. Like, you know what I mean? And that was just some of the things that's like, I could tell that I was fighting this this ego, this fear of men, honestly, like what other people were thinking of me. And that, yeah, like when we started getting into the word as a team, as a defense, really, it was kind of like the dudes on the defense. All of a sudden you could see all this like selfishness wash away. And it was like watching one person out there. I had multiple dudes, multiple coaches, offensive coordinators commented on like that fifth year, like wow, like that defense is unreal. Like you guys are just one person in extension. Like I remember playing Indiana Wesleyan in the semifinals, and there's this dude who's like, oh, they won't be able to keep up with Florida speed, whatever. And like later on, like on an update, it was like it looks like Northwestern's got 15 dudes on defense, and that was just because of like how much like close of a bond it was. Like people underestimate the value of that in football so much is the camaraderie of the team, the excitement of other people doing it, and there was just like sheer joy. Like there was no hold back when someone had success. It was like the boys were getting off the bench, like the fellas were excited to just have a good time, and it goes all the way down. And in that fifth year was kind of a kickback year, which I always was afraid of, that I wouldn't have the same statistical year as I had always had. And by the grace of God working in my life, and that I just didn't care about that anymore, I was able to take that kind of that spot. And it actually led to me, I was hoping to get like a third year of highly honored year. And I got less honors than ever. But it actually opened the door for some other dudes to get some honors. I know that like Jane, you were an All American that year. You should have been the year before. You were totally snubbed, but like it was so cool because like we were both just like so excited, and it didn't even matter. And that was just kind of the narrative of the team that year. But then, kind of coming down to the end, like I spoke on earlier, I was like so wanted redemption, but I had always wanted me to get the glory. And I had really been challenged that year by a devotional to not write the narrative and ask God to sign it, but to sign off on the bottom of our story in a blank page and hand it to God and say, write my story. And so I constantly try to tell myself, like, let God write the story, let God write the story. And I'd take the field and I'd pray, like God, whatever happens, good or bad, like you get the glory today. If I have the worst game of my life, all the glory to you. And I have the best game of my life, all the glory to you. And I just felt this freedom. And I think the whole team was also kind of on the same journey. And we are all achieving this freedom, and also become a national championship game. And that same prayer is said, and like I just get to have my moment at the national championship game. Like I get that redemption moment came, and I still remember like my last play was an interception to like seal the game. Like it's over. We still had to take the field to get a first down and kneel it out. But I remember like getting that interception, getting up onto my knees and thinking to myself, not thinking, I shouldn't say that, I didn't think it. I really sat there and like all of a sudden it was just like spoken to me, like this is why. Like this is why you had to do what you did. Like this is why you had to go through what you had to do. And this is why you weren't ready before. And there's no reason I didn't deserve that. Like God, just because God did that doesn't, or if he didn't do that, doesn't make him any less good. But it was just so unreal in that moment. I mean, I had like just tears like rolling down my face because I just knew the goodness of God in that moment and how much he wanted to redeem me. And there's like a verse in the Bible that says like he will repay the years the locusts have eaten. And we were in a press conference leading up to the national championship game, and Jaden, you said like dude, this is our year that we get to have our free year that we missed. Like we had to like we didn't get to play together that last year when I was hurt. I mean, a little bit towards the end, but that wasn't really me. That's like some shell of myself just living around out there. And yeah, it was just like a total redemption moment, and I just want more special than the win or anything else was just how beautiful it was to just have a team that was so unselfish and the freedom, like coming from a kid who always played with like a bunch of anxiety and stress and anger, the freedom of playing with joy and like just love. I know it sounds so crazy, like I'm trying to take dudes' heads off. It's like I love you, man, you know. But it was just such a special season, and now it just makes so much sense that I'm at FCA because it took me 11 years to figure out what it meant to play with the joy of the Lord, to play for the Lord and let go of the outcome. And I just want everyone else to like not take that long to figure it out. That there is an opportunity, there's an open door, there's freedom in your play that like you don't need to worry. Like I mean we can control like this much. Like we have such little that we can control. Your attitude and your effort. That's pretty much it. And then everything else is God. And that if we really can wrap our minds around that with the help of the Lord, it's like wow. Like there's so much freedom in that. And I love that. And I'm excited for that. And I hope everybody gets that because that's just how athletics are meant to be played.